We are wrapping up a series today. A series that has driven me crazy. It really has. Because every week it has been so convicting to me as I'm going through it and I'm thinking about it. It's called My Big Fat Mouth. My big fat mouth gets me in trouble. Is yours? Or am I on my own up here? My big fat mouth. You know, we've talked about it. Week 1 we talked about complaining. And complaining, we discovered, hurts us. Because once we start complaining, nobody wants to be around us. Everybody avoids us. Because we're complaining and say, I don't want to hear that. And so complaining hurts us. Then next week we talked about criticism. And the thing about criticism is, it sounds kind of similar to complaining, but it's really not. Because what it really is it's complaining about someone else. It's criticizing someone else. It's destroying someone else. And it hurts them. It hurts us as well, but it hurts them. Last week, we talked about lying. And we all lie at times. We lie to make other people feel better. But most of the time, we lie to make ourselves look better. And what we learned was this, that when we lie, we're going exactly the direction that the enemy, the one who does not pull for us, the one who is against us, is going, and so we're going the wrong direction. And we need to go the other way. Today, we wrap it up. We wrap it up with the juiciest thing imaginable. This last week, I went and played golf with a friend. We were out playing golf, had a great time. By the way, my friend beat me, in case you're wondering. You probably weren't, but beat me pretty severely. But we got to this hole, and we teed off, and my ball, well, I went second because I was always never had the honors, but I went off to the right. And he had all gone off to the right as well. It wasn't too far, but where it was, there was a green right over there, and we'd gone just kind of in front of the green. So we're over there looking to find our balls and those sort of things, and there's somebody coming up the other fairway coming that way. So we kind of look real quickly, and then I find my ball, and I hit it, and the other group comes up that fairway, and I said, well, let's go find your ball, and he says, it's too late. I said, what do you mean it's too late? I said, that guy picked it up. I said, he picked it up? He picked your ball up? What in the world? I mean, that is grand theft, isn't it? A golf ball is about $2. And it just destroyed my game. I shot about 20 strokes worse than I usually do just because of that. But anyway, the thing about it is, if I told you who it was that picked up the ball, if I told you who it was who did, you wouldn't believe it. You absolutely would not believe it. To tell you the truth, I don't have any idea who it was. But I was trying to draw you in. Isn't that what we do? Now, you know what happened? You know what so-and-so did? You're not going to believe this. Gossip. This week, we are talking about gossip. It's been a miserable week. Because I knew I'm talking about this week, and so I'm going to be great. I'm not going to gossip with anybody. The only way I could have done that is if I'd have stayed at home by myself. I might not have gossiped. Gossip. We're going to look at gossip today. We're going to look at what it is and what pain it causes and to who. And then we're going to look at, well, what can we do about gossip? What is gossip? Rumors, and this is from Proverbs. Proverbs is a book of wisdom written by several different authors, but one of them was Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. Some of these are his sayings. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. I was trying to think what a dainty morsel is. And I thought of it. To me, peanut M&Ms. I don't know what it is about them. They're just the right size. And they got this beautiful color. And they're just good. If I see a peanut M&M, I eat it. If I see 2 peanut M&Ms, I probably eat those. If I open a bag of peanut M&Ms, probably within 15 minutes, the bag will be empty. You're going to get a chance to see that. If there is a bowl, have you ever seen a glass bowl? Sometimes Carla, if we're having company or something, she'll get this glass bowl and she'll pour in a whole big old bag of peanut M&Ms. And it's a challenge to me. How long will it take me to eat it now? I mean, these are dainty morsels. The things that I love to eat, I have trouble stopping eating these. Anybody out there like these? Somebody take them so that I won't eat them. Because they are good, and I would love to have the whole box, the whole bag. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart, and that's exactly what they are. You just can't get enough of them. Well, somebody tells you something, well, wait, tell me. What are you talking about? Yeah, I can't believe that. Do you know what so-and-so did? What? What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? If you look at the definition of gossip, it says this. It says that gossip is idle chatter or rumors. Now, I understand the rumor part. We'll talk about that in a minute, but idle chatter. Idle means going nowhere. So, somebody's talking, and they're just, yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. At our house, there's just Carter and I there, but at our house, there is somebody who does a lot of that. Yeah, just talking. And it's not Carla. It's me. I get up in the morning, I'm talking to Carla. I come out like a BB in a boxcar. I got tons of things to say. I'll be talking with Carla, and I'll look up there, and she's not listening. I say, you're not listening to me. And she goes, you're not saying anything worthwhile. You're just going, yeah. And I do. And that is gossip. That really hurt me when I found that out. I gossip with that. But not only is idle chatter gossip, but rumors. Rumors are gossip. Those dainty morsels. Don't you just feel better when somebody tells you something and now you have something on somebody? So that's basically what gossip is. But then somebody will say, well, I'm not really talking about a rumor. I'm just telling what I saw. This is the truth. Everything I'm telling you is exactly as it happened. And it's possible that you could do that. But there's a question. Why does everything that's true need to be shared? There are lots of things that we talk about that we'd be better off just left alone. So gossip is basically us sharing our dainty morsels about someone else. For what reason? Well, let's go on and say, who does gossip hurt? First of all, Proverbs 18:21. The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. The tongue can bring death or life? Oh, that's an exaggeration, isn't it? But no, it's not. Every time we use our mouth, every time we use our tongue, every time we talk about something, we're either building something up or tearing it down. And we talk about people all the time. I talk about people all the time. We went out to dinner with some friends the other night, and I was sitting there going, I'm not going to gossip. I'm not going to gossip. And I do. I'm going, no, that's wrong. Because I can either build up or I can tear down. I can bring life or I can bring death. And see, we don't even think about that. We don't even think about what happens. We're just enjoying it. We're just talking. I'm going to tell you this because, sometimes something happens and you go, oh, I got to call so-and-so. I got to tell them what just happened. I got to tell them what I just saw. The question is, why do I got to tell them? Is it going to help the person I'm talking about? No. Is it going to help me in any way? No. But that's what we do. The person who spreads gossip does damage to himself. The person who listens to gossip damages themselves. But most of all, the person who the gossip is about is damaged. Have you ever had somebody say something about you? I mean, you can say all sorts of things about me. You can say some pretty horrible things about me, and they'll probably be true. But there's the rumors that have been said about me in the past are just totally unfounded. I'm going, hey, I'm doing this wrong. Just talk about that. I'm really screwing this up. And it hurt. Because people are saying things that just absolutely bludgeon me and absolutely bludgeon my family. And there's nothing I can do about it because I'm going to fight them. No, that's not me. That's not how I am. But the more I fight against it, the more guilty I look. It hurts me. Years ago, I was a youth minister at a church in Alva, Oklahoma. It was a youth night. And so the youth choir was up in the choir loft getting ready to sing. I think I was preaching that night. And a girl from the community walked in the back door. One of the girls up here, who was one of our mainstays in our youth group, she turned to her friend and said, "Look at so-and-so back there. What's she doing here?" The problem with that was the microphones were on. And the girl heard it and turned and walked away. See, it hurt her. When someone says something about you, it hurts you. It damages you. You're not the same after you leave as you were when you came in, because something's been said about you. So it does hurt the person that we're talking about. It also hurts the person who hears the rumor. Look at this. Wrongdoers eagerly listen to gossip. Liars pay close attention to slander. Turn that around. So, if I listen to gossip, I'm doing wrong things. If I listen to gossip, I'm probably a liar. Whoa, wait a minute. No. When somebody tells me something, they're saying, you won't believe this. I'm going to tell you about this. See, I'm not even agreeing with them. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. I'm not agreeing with them at all. And so, I'm doing okay. But I got some news for you. Did you know that when someone talks to you, unless you oppose them or give them a clear sign you oppose them, they think you're agreeing with everything they're saying? That's bad for me because I'm always talking to people and I think everybody agrees with me. And I leave and Carter says, "They're not agreeing with you. Do you know that?" I went, "What? They're not?" But the thing is, if someone comes up and is sharing gossip with you, unless you do something to make them understand that's not what you want to hear, and they think it's you. So they're telling somebody else the same story. They're going, "I was just talking about that with Chris. We were talking about this. Suddenly I'm involved in it. I'm a part of it. No, I don't agree with that, but I've listened to it. And now I've become a part." The other thing is, it's going to change the way I feel about that person. They did what? They were where? And in my mind, I'm going, well, that changes my attitude just a little bit. And I begin to think of them in the wrong way. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to be talking to somebody because you just told me something and I have something I'm going to tell. But I'm just going to tell one person. I mean, that's it. I'm going to tell one person and that's it. But when I tell that one person, they're going to tell one person, at least. And they're going to tell one person. They're going to tell one. I mean, it is amazing how fast one person gets to the whole community. Before long, everybody has heard it. The person who listens damages himself. But not only that. The person who talks. The person who shares. A troublemaker plants seeds of strife, and gossip separates the best of friends. Did you notice that whatever you plant comes up? You plant wheat. Some of you are going, no. But I mean, okay. Allegedly, Whatever you plant. I can promise you, if you plant strife, it's going to come up. But if you plant wheat, it comes up wheat. You don't get an apple crop. You don't get an apple tree. You get wheat. Whatever you plant is what comes up. Troublemakers plant seeds of strife. I wonder what that's going to grow. Apples? I mean, it's probably going to make things better. I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. And it's going to make things better. Except it's strife. And when it grows up, it's a lot bigger. It's a lot stronger. And we can destroy people by the things that we say. And gossip separates the best of friends. You know all it takes to separate a friendship? Is for you to hear some gossip about them that maybe puts you in a bad light. Well, I didn't know they were that way. And then you're supposed to be together and you're thinking, well, I don't know. I think I'd rather not right now. The person who shares gossip not only damages others, but really damages themselves. You probably know somebody who's always coming up and saying, hey, you're not going to believe this. I got some good stuff on somebody. And you're going, what? And they tell you. But every time that person leaves, whether it's you or whether it's them, telling the gossip, the person you leave thinks less of you. The person you just told the gossip to is asking the question, why did they need to tell me that? Why did I need to know that? And the person who is a gossip, whether it's me or you or whoever, damages themselves so that nobody wants to really be around them. And if you do want to be around them, you don't understand. Because the same thing they're saying about the person over there and the thing that they saw, they're going to say about you as soon as they're done talking with you. Suddenly you're laid out for everyone to see. There's damage done when we gossip. So let's go to the third point. How do you control gossip? Proverbs 21:23. Watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut, and you will stay out of trouble. You know, you ask somebody sometimes, somebody who knows how to do something, say, how do you do this? I'm having trouble with this. I'm struggling with this. How do you do this? And they say, well, stop doing that. No. You don't understand. I mean, I understand that, but how do I do this? No. You've got to stop doing what you're doing. That's exactly what God says. You got problems with gossip? Watch your tongue. Can you watch your tongue? You watch your tongue. Watch what you say. Just like I said earlier, you can be in your room all day, by yourself, no phone. You're not going to gossip about somebody. But as soon as you're with somebody, they tell you something that we know a little bit too. And we've got some ideas too, and if we don't, we'll just make something up, and we'll talk about it a little bit. He says, watch your tongue. Watch your tongue. Watch what you say. And keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. I cannot tell you how many times Carla said that to me. Keep your mouth shut. And I always thought she was wrong. And here it is, God saying it to me. Keep your mouth shut. Don't talk about other people. See, here's the deal. And it kind of wraps up this whole series on how our mouth gets us into problems. Imagine with me that in your backyard, you're building a building. Maybe it's a guest house. And it's out there. The foundation's been laid, and you're building up the studs and those sort of things. But it's kind of bare out there. And every morning you get up and you go outside to the backyard. And you have one of two choices. Number one, you can pick up some boards, you can begin to saw and to nail and to continue to build what it is that you want to happen. Or you can pick up a sledgehammer and go out there and hammer away at the studs and to begin to tear up everything that's in your backyard. Truth is totally up to you. I mean, you decide what you're going to do, whether you're going to build it or whether you're going to tear it down. And here's the deal. The same is exactly true with our tongue. Our tongue has the power to build people up, to help them become what they can be. Or it has the power to be devastating and to tear them down and to destroy their lives. When I complain, I'm tearing down. When I criticize, I'm tearing down. When I lie, I'm tearing down. When I gossip, I'm tearing down. But I don't have to. I can build them up. I can help them become. I can look for what is good in their lives and talk about those things with people. I don't have to listen to gossip. When somebody says, "Do you know what I heard about so-and-so?" You might say, "Do I need to know this?" Now that's a little bold. Might upset them. And maybe you don't feel comfortable with that. But you could say, I just don't feel good talking about somebody else. Or you could even go and say, first of all, have you talked to them about this? Have you told them what you're going to tell me? Because the Bible says you're supposed to do that, so I'm just checking. It's uncomfortable, but if we begin to do it, people stop telling us. There was a guy in our church years ago, and he was a gossip. He just was. He was always coming and complaining about some little thing that had happened. He said, "Well, so-and-so was talking to me and this happened, or so-and-so was talking about so." And finally one time I said, "Where did this come from? How does everybody tell you all these little bitty things that really don't matter?" "Well, I'm just trying to stay amongst the people. I'm just trying to stay out there and available to the people." And I want to say, no, you are the biggest gossip here. And everybody knows if they'll just bring it to you, you'll make sure that everybody knows. That's our choice. We can listen to gossip, or we can push it away. We can speak gossip and tear lives down, or we can be positive. We can be uplifting. We can build people up. And as I was thinking about it this week, that just drove a stake through me. Because I don't always build people up. But Jesus said, this is the way to life. I have a life for you. You want the life that is what you want? Follow me. Put aside gossip. Go with God. Let's pray. Father, thank you for your word. It's very convicting and it's really shaking me up, Lord. I pray that you'll help me to take it seriously and not just talk about it and then let it go. And Lord, I pray for the people who are here. I pray that if you've spoken to them, that you'll show them what you want them to do. And help them this week to put into effect not listening to gossip and only saying things that will build others up. We just love you and thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
We like to pretend we don't gossip. We call it news instead. Did you hear the news? And you're like, oh no, I didn't hear the news. What's the news? You want to hear it, but it's not news. And we like to leave their name out like that does any good too. This is what happened yesterday. Da, 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 da. Oh, and who did that? Oh well, I don't want to drag anyone's name through the mud. That's just what I heard. That doesn't help either. Because eventually, the name's going to get out anyway. I saw a quote on the internet, and it was pretty good. It said, be the woman who can fix another woman's crown and not tell the world that it was crooked. You're going to see people at their lowest. You're going to hear gossip. But realistically, you can't walk around with your ears covered going la 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 la. So why don't you be the person that can help them up, fix their crown, and say, come on, let's go. I'm not going to tell anybody. Because it's scary being at your lowest, isn't it? And you need someone to help you up. You need a hand. And as someone is helping you up, you're wondering, are they going to tell everybody what just happened? Because you've been there. You're going to see people's weaknesses. We're people. We need to just give each other some grace and say, look, I've been there. And your secret is safe with me. So if you're new here with us today, we'd like to invite you to fill out this community card. We want to know who you are. We want to welcome you. And there's also a place on here if you need prayer. Please fill this out. We can pray for you. And we can also accept any decisions that you've made. If you'd like to make a decision, we can help you with that too. So please just fill these out. They're in your bulletin. Just rips right off of there. And yeah, let's go out and let's be helpers, crown fixers.
Sorry, what I was talking, I was thinking, I have this kind of joke, and you guys may not be big rap fans, but in rap entourages, there's usually a hype man. And the hype man's job is to kind of just shout whatever you just said with like tons of energy so that you like look really good and you're pumped up. And so I've always kind of joked that if I ever get super rich, I'm going to hire a full-time hype man to make me feel better about everything I say. So, but you can be somebody's hype man by shutting down gossip and instead lifting them up like Chris was saying. So, I mean, maybe not like follow them all the time, but you can see when it's happening and you can be that hype man for that moment. We had some changes in our band today. I don't know if you noticed, but Zane, who normally is over there playing guitar, was back here playing drums, and he did a good job. And I even texted the entire band group and complimented Zane in front of other people. So I was trying to live that out. I could have said, man, did you guys see that time that Zane missed that one beat? I could have done that, and I didn't, because he did a good job, and I would have just torn him down. Instead, I said, hey, you really killed the fill coming out of that one part of that song. So I'm trying to live what Chris is saying. I hope you guys are trying as well. I may have undone all of that by everything I just said, but I'm trying. It's very easy for me to be critical. I told you guys that a couple weeks ago. It's much harder for me to be positive, and so I am working on it. And Zane and I kind of give each other a hard time constantly, so it was extra hard for me to be nice to him. So